Blue. Good trigger release on the left hand from Anderson. Has to use the reach here against Hirata. Inside leg kick from Itsuki Hirata. Two-punch combination from Anderson. And Mitch, you sense just a dipping of the toes in the proverbial water early on here.
Yeah, Hirata's got her game face on. Neglected the glove touch. And is definitely looking serious in there. You can see she started to inch forward. I thought she was going to try to shoot in there for the takedown or at least the clinch, but she's okay with it. She's okay to stand there and see what Alyse has on the feet. Alyse is doing a good job of keeping her feet moving, putting out that jab, and also touching her with that right hand. She needs to stay very active with the hands here, Michael.
Hirata feints the right hand again. Anderson throws the leg kick to the outside thigh. Hirata tries to curl the right hand over the top. They clinch now back against the wire. Chance for the knees from Anderson. Don't forget, folks, visit onefc.com/vote. You are going to be the matchmaker in the semi-final round. It's all up to you. We're not going to match the semi-finals. You are. So tell us who you want to see in the semi-finals, and you're going to matchmake them. Knee guard on there from Hirata. Both women just testing each other's strengths, trying to pick the lock, see if they find a way to open up the gaps in each other's defense here. 3 minutes remaining, first round, set for a 5-minute period. Judged as an overall contest. Now Hirata on top, and this is where she's so good, Dragon.
That was beautiful. Little sidestep there to put Anderson down. Anderson said she was okay to go to the ground with Hirata, but wanted to do it on her terms. That was not on her terms. That was a beautiful trip there. Landed by Hirata. She's in the guard now of Alyse. Alyse does have very good submissions off of her back. She utilizes those long legs very well, attacks with triangles and arm bars, but she's got to be careful here because Hirata is known for applying a lot of pressure and then start looking for ground and pound. You can see Alyse already is starting to look for that submission by inching her legs up. Typically, I don't like to see the closed guard in MMA, but the way that Alyse is doing it, she's sliding it up tight. See how she's getting higher and higher on the body of Hirata? She's looking for a triangle. She's looking for a submission right now.
Hirata using the right hand against Anderson. Anderson has her in the closed guard. The American defending from the bottom position. Doesn't want Hirata posturing up and working that ground and pound, Dragon.
Yeah, I'd like to see Alyse maybe release that guard and start using the wall to walk back up. She's right there. She's right up against the wall. She needs to abandon that closed guard now and start to look to get back up to her feet. But she is threatening though. See how that left leg is near the shoulder of Hirata? She's gonna try to shove that right arm underneath and then look for a triangle. But in the process of doing this, she's getting beat up on the ground. She needs to have a little bit more urgency here with about 70 seconds left to get back up to her feet.
Let's walk.
Anderson coming to one championship from Invicta FC out of Michigan, USA.
There it is.
On debut here tonight, looking for a place in the semifinals. Talk us through it here, Dragon.
Right there, she was able to take the right arm and shove it down as she threw the left leg up, and she had the triangle there momentarily. See, I don't like the closed guard because it kind of holds people in that position on top, but Alyse is using it to attack, and she does that by keep inching her legs up higher and higher. Good separation there. Nice up kick landed by Alyse.
30 seconds, let's go.
Slings the legs a little here, does Itsuki Hirata. Will she allow Anderson back to her feet? Anderson trying to kick at the leg, trying to hit the knee of Hirata. Hirata damaging the outside of the shin around the calf area. Muhammad Sulaiman may let Anderson up. Switches to the left leg to Itsuki Hirata. Won't let Anderson back to her feet. Continues to sling the legs here to Hirata. And this is how the round might end. Atomweight world champion Angela Lee, no doubt, watching from Hawaii right now. Keeping a close eye on all 8 women, one of whom will face her. Hirata, full of confidence, full of beams in the opening 5 minutes. But don't forget, we are judged as a 15-minute contest. Got to keep it standing, does Anderson. Got to use the range. Cannot afford to go to ground again with Itsuki Hirata. Jab 2, then another left hand from Anderson. Hirata seemingly unfazed by the salvos that Anderson's thrown so far off her hands. Haven't seen too many kicks come into play from Anderson, been mostly relying on the boxing. Mitch, if you're in the corner of Alyse, what are you telling her to do here?
Volume. She's got to score some points right now. She's got to utilize the striking to really start to touch up Hirata. And I'd like to see her start throwing some knees and some uppercuts, because when Hirata tries to enter in the clinch, she does it that way, right? She's throwing that right hand to close the distance and get in tight. That's when I want to see Anderson throw that uppercut, or maybe start even just feinting the knees, just to give Hirata that idea that I can hit you as you're coming in, especially because Hirata doesn't really shoot. She doesn't shoot for doubles and single legs. She enters into the clinch and then looks for a trip. See how she's got the over-under? Boom, right there. Puts her down across the hip. That's what she does. And she does it so beautifully that when she gets into the clinch, she's already in that position and just steps across. I mean, decades of judo, and puts her down and easily. Look at that, switch of the hip, switch of the base, great control. I would expect her now to look for a crucifix. Nice little attempt here at a possible head scissors, I think. I don't think she has an arm for a triangle, but she could be looking to shove one of those arms down in. Good scramble, though, by Anderson.
Itsuki Hirata 4-0, 2 TKOs, 2 submissions, 100% finishing rate, 3-0 with 1 TKO, 2 subs in 1 championship, knees to the head of a grounded opponent, perfectly legal under our global rule set. Side control once more for Itsuki Hirata, cuts the hips in now, does the Japanese athlete. Good elbows, just measures to the hairline of Anderson, and another knee to the head of Anderson on the ground. She's so confident down here, Dragon. This is all Hirataville.
Yeah, she's really strong inside side control. Anderson needs to take her right leg and that knee and slide it into the belly. You can see how she was trying to do that. She was trying to get onto her right hip and then take that right leg and slide it into the belly. That's going to be her main escape in this position. But it's really hard to do that because watch the way Hirata starts to change her hips. She's going to keep switching her hips from side to side to attempt attacks. Nice little escape out the back door by Anderson, though. That's some agility right there, ladies and gentlemen. But the pure strength of Hirata is able to negate that and still end up on top. You can see what Anderson's trying to do. She's trying to catch the head of Hirata with her legs. That's the length that she has, and that works to her advantage. But Hirata is just too strong in this position, like you said, Michael.
Hirata's developing a streak of TKO wins, 2 in a row so far. She TKO'd Nyreen Crowley in the 3rd round. Last time out on the road to 1, she TKO'd Mirai Nakamura in the 2nd round. Here she is side control and trying to grind away on Anderson, and again using those well-placed elbows just above the eyebrow to the hairline, the bridge of the nose of Anderson. Nice knee to the side of the head from Hirata, staying busy. Hirata, who recently changed her nickname to a character out of Dragon Ball Z, much to the delight of her many fans online. Mitch, I don't know if you're a Dragon Ball Z follower.
Hey man, I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, you know? I can appreciate the reference that she's got there. And the thing about Hirata in this position is you can see she's still kind of just maintaining the top position, pushing down the arm, looking for that crucifix. She said to me earlier this week she expected to be in this position, so what she's going to start to look for are various chokes if Alyse starts to scramble out. You can see that Hirata is not allowing Alyse to turn onto her hip. She's just applying so much pressure.
Just for the semi-finals of the One Atomweight World Grand Prix. You, of course, will decide who fights who in those semi-finals. Go to onefc.com/vote to register now. Jab from Anderson. Can she turn the tide? Can she swing the pendulum and keep it on the feet here, Alyse Anderson? So far, hasn't managed to touch up Hirata as she would have hoped. Hirata, Mitch, always a slippery eel, very hard to pin down, very hard to catch with anything clean.
Yeah, you could see the difference though in her takedown attempt there. She started to start the third, she shot in and Alyse easily stopped it. And then when she was defending, you could see the way Hirata kind of turned away. She's got to work on that. And especially not leave herself open to those kind of shots. This is what Alyse needs. Alyse needs to be aggressive. She needs to push forward. Nice little counter right hand there landed by Hirata, but she's got to be aggressive in this situation. She's got 3.5 minutes now to really do some work because of the ground control that Hirata built up in the second. She's going to kind of run. Oh, she got her though!
Oh, smack bang! The right hand caught Itsuki Hirata and dropped her. That was the best punch of the fight so far from Anderson, but Hirata straight back onto her feet, clinches her up against the wire, but Mitch, she got dropped.
Yeah, score some points on the board for Anderson right there. Beautiful right hand, dropped Hirata, and that's gonna score huge in the favor of the American. Now, Hirata's gotta be careful here. What she's gonna do, she's trying to step across that hip and throw her. Anderson has worked on this, but again, she goes to the ground. It's so hard to stop a moving train. And when Hirata gets in those positions, she is a freight train.
Mitch, we are surprised that Hirata got up so quickly and recovered so well after that clean knockdown from Anderson.
Not really. Hirata's an animal, man. That was beautiful. Like, Anderson caught her coming in, circled her into the punch, caught her clean with that shot. But Hirata's a warrior, man. That was great. She popped right back up and immediately went right into the clinch to shut that down. But Alyse was able to defend that clinch position. She's kind of figured out the weight distribution because of the way that Hirata is attacking. She's not really setting up that hip toss. She's just kind of there, and she's setting it up, and that's the fourth time she's tried it. Alyse was wise to it, but now it's a different toss. Oh, good balance displayed by Anderson.
Shoulder to the face. There we go. Good.
Hirata does have a 71% takedown accuracy in one championship, 10 out of 14 in her one career so far. We're seeing that great rate keeping up tonight against Anderson. It's hard to believe that Hirata is only 21 years old. Was that enough from Anderson though, Mitch? That dropping punch that sent Hirata down. I mean, Anderson's got to continue the momentum and find another knockdown here. Got to put those hands on Hirata.
If you kind of look at the scoring like an energy bar, right? And as an athlete does damage or scores in different categories, the energy bar kind of fills up. And Anderson was able to surge forward with that shot with that right hand. But because of really the work that Hirata has been doing throughout this contest, it's shifted in her favor. So now, these last 60 seconds, if Alyse does something again to really do some damage, she can take it. But Hirata, this is where she wants to be. She wants to avoid those big shots, stay close, and ultimately look for that toss.
We will go through the semi-final round of the Atomweight World Grand Prix. Another takedown there to zone control from Hirata, and a knee to the side of the head of Anderson. Perfectly legal under our global rule set. Hirata territory here. Not where Anderson wants to be with under 30 seconds remaining. The patella landing above the ear on Anderson, and again from Hirata. Staying busy inside control is the young Japanese star. Is she going to go through to the semi-finals here? Itsuki Hirata cuts the hips in. Final seconds. Nice knee to the midsection. There's one to the head and another one from Hirata.
Itsuki!